What's up guys, Sledgehammer70 back, and today I want to do a quick video which is really a follow-up to the review that I did on the Vitesse Throttle Controller. Now, I posted a review of me basically installing it and driving around for the very first time ever with it on, and it was kind of a cool experience to kind of see how it performed with you guys watching. But now that I have quite a few miles on the car, just wanted to touch back and touch on a few things around the throttle controller, on what I like and potentially dislike about it, and hopefully it gives you guys a little bit better take on the product itself across the board, and allows you to make your decision if you want to check the product out yourself or whatever, you know, or check out products like it. So the Vitesse throttle controller is really easy to install. You can see the install video here. If you guys didn't see my review on the product, you can see it here. But overall, the throttle controller is awesome. Now, having well over 1,500 miles on my car now, I've gone through and have messed with the controller across all the different modes, across all the different speed settings within the controller. One thing I noticed as I've progressed with the controller is I was kind of cruising around with a SP4 and SP5 rating. And to touch on it, for those of you guys who are watching this video and don't know about the controller allows you to basically change the throttle mapping at the pedal in your car to open up your butterfly valve on your intake manifold or your throttle body, and basically has your car revving higher. So therefore, when you do push on the gas, it is more reactive. So instead of having to push far down for the car to really take off, you barely push the gas depending on the SP setting. So SP1 is pretty much just like the stock setting almost. 2 is a little bit more. 3, I didn't really notice too much of a difference, but once you get the 4 and 5, you can really tell the difference, that you don't have to mash your foot as far down on the gas as normal. But also when you put it up at that 3 and 4, 5 level, I would almost say almost every setting, the RPM level that your car is idling at goes up about 100 RPM. So once you're at that SP5 rating, you're about 500 RPM, maybe a little lower than your stock throttle mapping. The car will idle a little bit higher RPM, and a cool side effect of that is your exhaust sounds better. One thing I've noticed across the board is the higher the throttle mapping I go on the controller, the better my exhaust sounds across the full spectrum. Not only just at takeoff, but also when I'm in 4th, 5th, 6th gear, 7th, 8th. It has a more deeper tone. You can actually hear it a little bit more punchier. And the other thing is like the gurgling effect that you get is actually more pronounced, happens more often as you increase the speed. So one thing that I found myself doing is I was kind of creeping up that SP level. So it starts at 0, goes to 9 for speed, but it also goes the other way. So if you're in the snow or bad weather, you can put it in the eco mode, which is the A button, and you can lower the throttle response. So that way when you hit the gas, the wheels aren't spinning and you're losing control, etc. I live in Southern California. We don't have snow, at least not where I'm at. I mean, you can go up to Big Bear or the mountains and get snow in general, but don't ever see me using eco mode ever. So the speed rating, I don't think I've ever gone below 4, but what I found myself doing is going to a speed setting of 7, which is, it's pretty touchy. And the reason why I like 7 is the car gets up and goes a lot faster. I didn't have my GoPro on me, but I've done some 0 to 60 runs, and I'm gonna redo it again. I was able to get 0 to 60 runs in 3.6 seconds. That's insane. I mean, GM's like, it's a 4.0 car, but doing runs at 3.6 with this controller are pretty awesome. Now, the other thing that I had with the car that's not necessarily stock to get that 3.6 rating, I do have 305 tires in the back now. I did have to lower the speed rating to 5 to get that setting, because I found at 6 and above, the tires were just spinning too much in 1st and 2nd. I also found myself dropping the air pressure a little bit in the tires to get better grip across the board, also to get that time. So it did take a little bit of modifying the car per se, but the 305 tires in the back, definitely a lot more grip. And with the throttle controller set at SP5, I was getting the best results hands down. Now, if I probably did a burnout and let the tires really warm up, I probably could have got faster times, or I probably could have bumped up to SP6. Just things that I'm gonna do down the road, but also things that I'm gonna do videos on. So I have another GoPro coming, so I could do video of me in the car and video of the car going, so I can switch back and forth. I'm kind of excited about that because it'll give a new perspective of a lot of the things that I want to do or show you guys in regards to testing things out and just messing around with the car per se. It's really cool. I mean, I honestly feel the throttle controller is still the best investment that you can do for this car. Now, a lot of people don't like the idea that the throttle controller messes with the GM engineering setting for their throttle mapping for the car out the get-go. You know, I have found that I've gotten better gas mileage in the car when I'm at SP5, SP6 rating, because I don't find myself mashing on the gas pedal as much. Overall, I'm more comfortable with how the car reacts with a increased throttle control. The other side to that is, you know, when I drop back to SP0 with basically turning off the throttle controller, good God, the car feels like quicksand. I mean, it didn't feel like that initially for like the first week or two, but now if I completely unplug it, turn it off, like I can't believe how much that increased throttle control changes the way the car drives. And some people might call me crazy or whatever, but I mean, it's true. I mean, I've seen a couple comments now from a couple guys on my previous video saying the same thing, and it actually made me go back and put my car back in SP0 to see how it truly felt. And I couldn't believe it, but I mean, it felt that way, and it was really cool. So the throttle controller is really cool. I still like it. I do want to throw out, there was a couple people that have posted issues that they had with their car, or their car going to limp mode or popping CELs. And in most of those cases, it looks like it was improper setup when you actually set up the throttle controller. And what typically would happen is it's probably sending too much of a voltage or an awkward voltage to your ECU, and it's causing it to air out. Now, most of those guys were able to unplug the throttle controller, restart and restart their car 4, 5, 6 times, and it cleared the CEL and the car went back to normal. And then once they reset up the throttle controller properly, as the instructions outline, it didn't have any problems, or they haven't ran into the problem again. So I haven't had any problems with mine, but I did want to highlight what I've read from other people, and especially from you guys who have even commented on my videos. So, you know, just wanted to throw that out there. But for a part 2 review, I definitely feel the throttle controller is an awesome investment. It's fairly inexpensive, easy to install, and it really changes the feel of the car. Now, I do know that the way the throttle controller is adjusting the car isn't necessarily the most advanced way of doing it. I mean, to really get at it, you would have to go into the ECU and custom program and tune the car. But this allows you to avoid a tune, avoid voiding your warranty on your car in general, because it's not changing the voltage that is going to the ECU. It's just bumping up how soon that voltage is being sent when you push on your gas pedal. It's really just a mind trick. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's the difference in you mashing your foot down and just barely pushing your foot on the gas pedal. That's what it does. And for me, again, it made my gas mileage go up higher. I think the best run I've gotten is 28.8 miles per gallon on the highway. And that's with V4 disabled. That's all V8. So I think that's pretty damn good. And if you're asking me how I did the V4 disable or the active fuel management disable, I used the range or active fuel management canceller. It just plugs in your ODB port and it disables the car from being able to go into the V4 mode, which is great because I just love the sound of the V8, and I hate when it dropped into V4 mode because it would get really quiet. So, but that's it. That's the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know it's running a little bit long. I talk a lot. I'm sorry. Hopefully you guys, let me know in the comments if you guys want me to talk a lot less. And I just felt like there was a lot of information to get across. But as always, I appreciate the subscribes. I can't believe we're running over 2,200 subscribers on the channel. I never dreamed that many people would enjoy the videos or at least watch the videos and sign up. But I appreciate the comments. I try to respond to all you guys and the suggestions for more videos. I have a lot more coming, a lot more follow-up reviews. The next one I'm going to be doing is a Mishimoto catch can empty to show you how the PCV valve, PVC. God, I always get that mixed up. How much oil is getting caught in there within the first 1,500 plus miles. So that's the next video incoming. As always, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the comments. And also, thanks for sharing. A lot of you guys have also been sharing these videos. You guys tweet them out or whatever you're doing. Keep it up. I appreciate the love. And again, just thank you. So until next time, I'll see you guys on the road.